What's up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Hope all is well. This is going to be a different style type of video, super informal, and we're going to do a question and answer session. So for those of you that do not know, I will be in the chat actually for the first 15 minutes, probably first 30 minutes after uploading this, and I will be uploading this video right away, and hopefully I'll be able to answer your questions real time there. I am still waiting on a few more computer parts for a new computer I'm building, and that is on back order, so I'm impatiently waiting because then I'll be able to definitely do some robust live streams in the future. So without further ado, we have about 10 to 12 questions I feel would be helpful for a lot of newcomers in the space. As you can see here, I tweeted this back in November, and it says, feel free to ask any crypto related questions in this thread on Twitter if you guys are following me there, and I can go through and try to answer some in a video. I feel there are a lot of newcomers after this recent pump and, XRP growing, Bitcoin reaching all-time high, etc. So I thought this would be valuable. I might not, get good feedback from this, but if I do, I'll do more of these. So to kick things off, we'll talk about a little fun question and then get into the crypto questions right here. So first off, question by Renee. So if your, moon scenario happens, will you stop on Twitter and YouTube? I hope not. So thank you, Renee. I know I've seen your daughter. I believe she can kick butt in jiu-jitsu. Absolutely awesome. My, honest answer would be, if XRP Mooned, if that's, $10, $100, $1,000, or even $10,000, with XRP that high, I don't really see the point of doing daily XRP videos and crypto asset videos. But if I'm still looking to grow my money and, work on philanthropy, absolutely, I'm going to be doing something that I feel, is inspiring, makes me happy. I'm always going after goals because I'm the type of person and character that if I do not have goals, and it's me versus me, I'm not competing with other people, I get really depressed. So I always need to go, be going after something. It's not me trying to make more money than someone. That's an endless, rat race that will never bring someone happiness. So I'm really just trying to improve my own situation, inspire people. And, just like a lot of people say, is you can flash money, you can, say how much you made, but the real question people should be asking you is how many people have you helped? How many people have you impacted? And that is what inspires me and keeps me going every single day, no matter how hard it gets and no matter how long. I mean, it seems this multi-year bear market has lasted until getting prices like this. And, the sky's the limit. We have not seen anything. You guys know my thoughts on 2017 being absolutely nothing in the scheme of things in terms of a little test pump. Utility will change the way we look at everything and change the way we even look at value, because all money is a social construct, and it can change at any time for the better for us since we recognize these trends early. All right. Next up, so we have Bluff Boy in LA. Does the crypto total market cap or market capitalization reflect all the money on the exchanges and offline storage devices? Or is it just money on the exchanges? I am trying to understand why so much money moves in and out of CoinMarketCap. Thanks. And guys, I encourage all these questions. There are no such thing as a dumb question in my book. Those that ask the questions are going to be learning. So same concept. If you guys ask me a question and I don't have an answer, you know what I'm going to say? Hey, I don't know, but I guarantee a few things. I bet I know someone that does, and I bet I can find someone that can help. So that's how I, operate. And so, yeah. Anyway, so CoinMarketCap, essentially, if we go to coinmarketcap.com for all of you newcomers, we see this. We can see market cap. We have this little info box and we can read about it. So market capitalization. Within the blockchain industry, the term market capitalization refers to a metric that measures the relative size of a cryptocurrency, meaning kind of the valuation of a cryptocurrency, more or less. So it's calculated by multiplying the current market price. So we can see 19,000. So I technically say the last traded price. So the current market price, last traded price, same thing. So you multiply the last traded price times right here it says, multiplying, let's see if I can actually show you, calculated by the multiplying current market cap price of a particular coin or token with the total number of coins in circulation. So it's price times circulating supply. So we have circulating supply right here, about 18 million. Okay, so you take that times the $19,041 price, and that would give you a market capitalization of approximately 352 billion. Yes, I know that's a huge number. Now, what you have to understand is this. We have the market cap for all of crypto, this 566 billion. This is just the sum, the total of all of these, this whole row of market cap, right? So we have, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, etc. So that's just the sum. Now, what's important to know is this, and I try to emphasize this on the channel. JP Morgan did a study a long time ago, and they showed that there was the opposite of a multiplier effect. There is not this much money liquid in Bitcoin. If we look at Tether, look at the volume. That's 66 billion. It's far out, exceeding and, beating XRP and Ethereum and even Bitcoin in volume. This means this is artificially propping up the market for now. So as most people are, excited at seeing these prices, as am I, because higher price brings more attention to regulators. Once the market is regulated, it's game on. Like, we're going up. But we have to be weary of this type of volume. I'll address Tether in a few questions as well. So, to be honest, you can expect way less money actually in this market because it is just fairy dust. Market cap, this is just like for shares of a company. This is a new metric, and we're applying an old metric from the equities market to, of course, crypto. And it doesn't really have a place. So there's new liquidity metrics, new value metrics that are being worked on. And, it's a work in progress because this is the first new asset class since the 1600s. So just understand, when JP Morgan did their study years ago, when the crypto market, I think it was like 2017, 2018, when the market was about 300 billion total, they discovered that there was only about $50 billion total in that market, even though it valued at 300. So about, divide that 300 by 6 is 50 billion. So absolutely crazy. Next up. So hopefully that answered your question. It's just that it doesn't matter, it's just talking about circulating supply, right? And now there's different ways to measure the circulating supply. And the craziest thing, guys, about XRP really quick while I'm on a little tangent, and this is probably going to be a long video, so you can watch, you can change the playback speed in the quarter of the video to 2x speed if you can, handle my annoying voice going on 2x. But we'll go to XRP. And now we see total supply less than 100 billion because it started with 100 billion, but the burn rate is burning some of them slowly. So long term, this could have an effect on price in a positive way, but rather minute in my opinion. And now we have the circulating supply of about 45 billion. Now, something to note is there 45 billion actually circulating, or is it that's just the amount that's able to be circulated? Because when you go through the public, books and everything, you look at Ripple's holdings, you look at some exchanges holding it, the real number is honestly closer or even less than 10 billion XRP. So compared to the supply, or even, circulating supply, that is quite a big difference, which creates a multiplier effect, which obviously with the multiplier effect of even, a 4 times difference, 4 times 60 cents is $2.40 right there. Now, of course, we're waiting for utility. We're waiting for actual consistent volume and transaction sizes to grow. But please understand, we have not seen anything yet. Even if we do go lower, it's not going to last much longer in the years ahead. All right, next up. Right here, so we got Zen Blockchain. Really good question. What do you think the supply chain and energy data exchanging blockchain projects will do in the coming decade? Great question. So we have Track. This is the one that I know the least about. I'm very familiar with VeChain. I'm very familiar with Energy Web. I'm very familiar with Ocean Protocol. And this hopefully should be on Coinbase in 2021. Now, my opinion on this is my opinion on XRP and a lot of the crypto assets that we see. There's no medium case where they just do okay, in my mind. It is truly hero or zero. They either completely change the infrastructure that we know and love today in terms of supply chain, energy consumption, and I know EWT or even, Power Ledger, a lot of other things. They do not have a lot of competitors yet. So there's just so many variables. When you watched how the internet was created, Twitter came to be at the right time. If they're trying to build Twitter before the internet was ready, it would have failed. Same concept applies with Ripple, the company trying to, update and help the archaic infrastructure of the correspondent banking network. If they're, 5 years too early, they're going to fail. If they're 5 years too late, they're going to fail. It has to be the sweet spot where everything just comes together, this culmination point. So essentially what I'm saying, and this is probably a stupid answer, and I know you didn't want to get this answer, is there's no in between. So either these investments disappear or they moon and they actually change everything that we know from a fundamental level and change how value, change how trust, change even how data and information moves in a distributed manner. And we already know the benefits. And to be honest, I'm very excited for these projects as well. These three, I have to look at Track. I've seen it for quite some time now, and these are in my top holdings for sure. All right. Hopefully that was a decent answer. Apologies if I kind of skipped around it. All right, right here, Valentine. Which is the best stablecoin to hold since USDT is fake? Now, USDT is the ticker or abbreviation for Tether, which we talked about. Now, let's see, I'm not going to badmouth Tether, but let's just say if I am currently trading or swing trading, or I just have money on the side in case a dip comes, I do not want to hold Tether. Now, most people do because the volumes are high. There's tons of wash trading, more liquidity so you can get in and out. I would much rather, and this is just a personal choice, it might be cheaper to do it your way and hold Tether. I do not want to. I am not comfortable doing so. That is not financial advice. Please do your own research and decide for yourselves. I would much rather hold a different stable coin such as USDC, USD coin. This is on Coinbase. I feel it is far more regulated with Brian Brooks of the US government as well. And you guys can completely decide. The cool thing is, I mean, this is just right here on circle.com. USDC, the fastest growing fully reserved digital asset. That is a key word. Transparent with their metrics. We already know the integrations that USDC is done with XLM of Stellar and also Algo of the Algorand Foundation. Those are additional holds of mine as well. All right, and I'll talk about diversification actually and give you my take. And I think some of you will probably, beat me at the end of the day, and that's completely fine. My biggest thing within this market is I want to make sure my money grows, and I want to make sure I keep my money. But keeping my money is number one priority. Okay, so you guys can learn more about USDC. I'm sure a lot of you already know about this project. Next up, so XRP to the moon. Most people think that crypto is the wave of the future, but they do not know which ones to buy. What say you? Great question. I'm probably going to give you a bad answer, so apologies. Essentially, I do, big time. I've been here for 3 years. I started my YouTube channel in early 2017, but didn't actually upload early crypto videos on this until probably 2018 of spring, because I had a different channel. But I absolutely do see crypto changing everything that we know. And it's not just to make us random weirdo speculators on the internet money. This is changing technology. This is changing everything. It has further implications. It has geopolitical tensions, CBDCs, digitalization, this pandemic, the stock market at all-time high, precious metals. You want things to be fungible. We're tokenizing real estate. This is going to be the future. You have your children playing Fortnite and getting used to, paying with digital money. Guys, money is a social construct. The old timers in government right now are starting to change their mind, and the ones that don't are eventually just going to get too old and are going to be pushed out. But there's no turning back. The question is when. It's, not how much, how big. It's going to be all the money, all the value, in my opinion. And I think those of us that are here now don't even comprehend what that means yet. And I'm not trying to say that to belittle you guys. This is to excite you. And I don't care if there's other YouTubers that say he's hypey or I'm hypey. They believe it just as much too, because they wouldn't be here making videos every day. All right. Next, so these are some micro cap coins, and this answer for XRP to the moon is similar to VeChain, Track, EWT, all of that it's all or nothing, hero or zero. Just like I believe it was Nevin Gupta of Ripple said, Ripple, the company, will either make a dent in the universe and change everything as we know it, or fade away into oblivion. That is exactly how I see these technologies. So, properly diversify. Do not overinvest anything that you are willing to lose. And everybody's financial situation is different. Nonetheless, yes, I'm excited. And I can understand why you guys are always excited in, reading, researching, watching as well, because I'm right there with you. Also, I know people that have made killings. I haven't made any crazy killings with micro caps. I know, what's his name on Twitter? We follow each other. Kyle Mclean, probably butchered your name. Canadian buddy, and I know he's had some good returns with some micro caps. And when I say micro cap, I mean micro with market cap, capitalization tokens that are, in the hundreds of millions of valuation, under $1 billion market cap. And the question is, a lot of stuff is wash trading. So there's 6,000 plus cryptocurrencies. Yeah, you could hit a home run. But at the end of the day, some of it is gambling, but Kyle, he's a much smarter guy. He really does look into the company. I think he, properly understands risk to reward. I'm just saying that the majority of my portfolio is invested into fundamentals, because when in doubt, zoom out. All right. So I would much rather have my money be returned and then get a return on investment than lose it all. Next up, so we got Jake. Is the Spark token airdrop safe? So this is coming up, at least the XRP Ledger snapshot's coming up December 11th, December 12th. If you guys, have it set up to go to your Ledger Nano with XRP Toolkit, or you have it on, a participating exchange. Yes, I do not want to create FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt to anybody. I don't want to scare you guys. My opinion is, yes, I encourage everybody to, and I'm saying it's safe, I encourage everybody to participate. The XRP community is massive, and I don't think we understand the big differences we can make together. We always want, institutions to adopt and this to happen and regulations to come, but we can actually be a part of the change and take, everything, the power into our own hands as well. And I think people forget about that. We know that social media can, on Twitter, it's crazy. It can be very dramatic. I try to avoid it because if I say something, it's going to be taken out of context, just like when I do on videos and I have somebody angry in the comment section. We have to use this technology to bring us together rather than divide us more. And I think you guys can relate with that big time. All right. So is the Spark token airdrop safe? I encourage all of you to take part any way you see fit. And then also be cautious of the risks that accompany it. I feel it is rather safe, unless you are, of course, putting your passwords or seed phrases somewhere that shouldn't be. Do not put them on a computer. Take some cybersecurity precautions. And also, if you are just simply going to be someone that sends it to a participating exchange like BitTrue, which runs an XRP validator, or Uphold, which seems to be, working on an IPO in the future, it will be really interesting because you're just essentially betting that they don't, exit scam. So I personally trust those exchanges, and please, nothing's guaranteed. You should be wary of your investments in the future, but I personally encourage everybody to take, part in this airdrop because it will add to the liquidity, it will add to the demand, it will add to the attention that the XRP ledger can do, and specifically Flare Networks adding smart contract capabilities, which could potentially be huge. And in my mind, it is all or nothing. All right. Next, and I'm sure people will disagree with that, but that's fine. We can agree to disagree. If we all agreed on the same thing and the same price and the same thoughts, this market would be very boring and you wouldn't have any opportunity to make money. If you disagree with me, awesome. That means you have a chance to make money and I miss it, or vice versa. Next, so we have Hidden Enemy. How many different coins do you own? I'd have to go through my, rebalance everything, but probably 20 to 30. Now, some of them are, relatively small, maybe, $500, $1,000 holdings. It's not like, every single holding is 50 grand in every coin, but, it varies. Now, I know some people that, say if you, diversify too much, you're just going to lose. And that may be true. There's those famous adages and quotes that say, diversification is for those that don't know what they're doing. And I agree. But my XRP holding is probably currently, because I rebalanced like 2 weeks ago, about 80% of my holdings. And I'm happy specifically with that little run up we had because XRP was lagging. We had a lot of other projects do those pumps. And now we have XRP up. We had XLM do a good run, ADA, etc. So a lot of projects were catching up with Bitcoin, which is rather nice to see, and Ethereum. All right. It's so annoying though, because anytime someone says how many coins or what coins do you own, I tell them, and then someone will come and be like, you didn't tell us this one. Like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. All right, Brian, how many different crypto coins are you invested in currently, and what percent of that is XRP? I would say about 20 to 30, and I'd say, roughly 80% XRP. I have my long-term holdings. I do not touch them. I do not trade them. I don't even try to swing trade them. I have my trading bag, and I have money on the side at all times because I've learned after 3 years, when people say the market's going to keep going up and up and up and up, I'm a contrarian investor right here. That means even if I have to disagree with my following and people that support me, I love you guys, but I'm the definition of a contrarian investor, even if that means going the other way and carving my own path, and that's fine, and that's expected. So all I do is my strategy really right now is I'm not in any active trades right now. Even my Patreon supporters are like waiting and like, what the heck? But the patience is made, or, the money is made where the patience, where patience takes place essentially. So I'm waiting for a market move, a big market move, up or down, and then I will, properly wait to strike. And, my advice, just free advice right here, is if the market goes down, you always have cash on the side because you've learned to think to the contrary. You can just dollar cost average and buy a little bit of the dip and keep your long-term holdings. There's no point in trying to time this market and try to double your holdings and risk your holdings. Do not do that. I've never advocated that whatsoever. But as always, I do one-sided videos on YouTube, and of course it's going to be taken out of context or, tweets. So I should probably do live streams so I can properly, address everything. But it's tricky because, I'll tell some people this, or I'll tell them in my DMs this, and, they all get a different view, specifically if they don't watch every video, which is expected. We're all busy. So yeah, essentially I keep a good portion of US dollar on the side because I have my long-term holdings. If it's moon time, great. I have enough. I've accumulated. If we dip, I dollar cost average down per my specific targets. All right. Ans Gibson, how would someone actually send crypto to your unstoppable domain name? Do you type that in instead of the wallet ID, letters, and numbers? So, of course, mine is kevincage.crypto in the top right. And yep, you got it. So you would just literally put that .crypto domain, your name, or whatever you have set as the actual wallet address. So here's a 10-second clip with Coinbase just showing an example, kevincage.crypto instead of the, XYZ, 123, and then boom, you can send $5 right there. So, of course, Coinbase is integrated, or you can. And also I have Trust Wallet, which is just a basic mobile application for an XRP address for, basic tips or whatever. So super simple. Just thought you guys could get some value there. And then also I did have another guy questioning, let me see, it's on my phone, a video. So this is higher densities. A video on how to set up and use your .cryptos would be nice. You guys can just type in Kevin Cage unstoppable domain tutorial, and this one right here, a little lengthy, but it'll go through everything, as well as, if you want to sell your domain or anything else. All right. So next up, so we have Moonman Manny questioning in terms of an exit plan. So when you're selling some of your stash, whatever crypto you're holding, which exchanges are secure and charge the lowest fees to trade and withdraw? This is a great question. I should probably actually go through every exchange depending on demand, and go through Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, Bitrue, Uphold, and go through the fee structure. But essentially, you can literally just do this case by case, because every country, every jurisdiction has their own rules. So some people, can use Kraken, Poloniex, etc. So what I would typically do is this, and I use Kraken for sure, and I use Binance US. Of course, I have Coinbase, but I don't actively use them. And another piece of advice, and I'm sure you already got it covered, but this goes for the newcomers, is anybody that has a Coinbase account and Coinbase Pro, go to every exchange and make sure and put in a request to get your withdrawal limits to the very, the max. So with Binance, get it to, are you able to withdraw $1 million every 24 hours, or are you only able to withdraw, 10 grand? You have to make sure these are in place before the bull run comes. And that's not to be hypey, but this is insurance. This is your money. You want to be able to get your money when you want it. Otherwise, this defeats the purpose of cryptocurrency by allowing centralized exchanges to hold it on your behalf. So what you can do typically, go to Kraken.com. I feel very comfortable with this company, this exchange. Ripple invested in them long ago. Fun fact, one of the first exchanges to get a US bank charter. No big deal. Essentially the first cryptocurrency bank in the United States that is regulated. I love it. They're fully 100% reserved. So it's not like, if you have your crypto, it's not like they don't have it available at all times. So I really like this. It's a lot better than maybe fractional reserve banking, the scam there. I said it. So very interesting to see the difference there. And you can just go to, features, go to the fee structure. You can look at additional prices. They have margin trading, over the counter, whatever you want. But for trading, of course, there's going to be a maker and a taker fee, market makers, market takers on your behalf. So you can go through each one depending on the volume. There's trade-offs to different exchanges. I love Binance.us as well, especially when liquidity develops even further. There's been more assets on it. And links are in the video description if you guys want to create an account. But essentially, every exchange has their pros and cons. Some people can't use Binance US. Some people have to, use Poloniex or, whatever region works for them. Some people, maybe there's an asset that they want, but it's not on Binance US, it's on Kraken. Maybe since it's a really new asset and it's on Bitrue, and there's not a lot of liquidity yet between maybe Q&T and XRP. So where's, and you're going to lose a lot of money due to slippage and the cost and the premium you're paying for. So there's a lot of trade-offs. It's not just black and white. It really is, very gray, and it's a case-by-case basis. So apologies if that's, another difficult answer, but it's arguably kind of a difficult question because you have to look at the security measures that each exchange has as well, and what type of insurance is available, because some don't even have any insurance whatsoever. Also, so this is the last question on my phone. Apologies, and I'll go to the final question. This is from Grand Champion. How did you discover crypto? What made you decide to jump into the market, and what other markets did you favor before being in crypto? I have all of that information if you want to go to YouTube and type in XRP Army News, Kevin Cage, A Moment in Time. I think it's like a 10-minute video I did, a quick little interview giving my background as well. So basically just a quick story of how I got into crypto. If you're curious, feel free to check that out. So thanks for the question, Grand Champion. And last but not least, we have from Drea, do you think another big fall will happen? Great question. So do I think another big fall will happen? Well, I absolutely think it could happen, but I'm also prepared and think it could happen that, maybe I'm wrong and the bull run is officially here. But I'm watching a few other things and we have to consider this. And keep in mind, man, when you talk about prices, if someone believes the bull run's here and you say a bearish scenario, they hate you. They treat it like a religion. They have to relax. They have to understand my opinion is just an opinion. It doesn't mean it will happen. Same goes for your opinion. And if I, tell someone that wants to go down that it's going to go up, they're going to hate me too. So it's a lose-lose. Welcome to social media. There's people that, hear this video, but they don't see the other video. They don't see my tweet. They don't get the whole picture and they act like it's my job to tell them exactly what I'm doing. It's my money. It is my business. So the way I see things is this. I am properly hedged because I've been burned in the past. I've had massive wins and I've had big losses too. So what I've learned is this. I have my long-term holdings, my XRP, of course, a variety of other assets. Some are tiny holdings, some are bigger, and I hold them. Whether that's 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. If I have the willpower to hold my XRP for life, which I plan to hold a good 20%, if not way more, I will, because we do not know the upside. I'm not going to give a price prediction, but I'm surely not going to give a price limitation because that is just a very myopic price prediction. We are in uncharted territory. We have never been here before. This is the leading edge. Do not let anyone tell you what is not possible. We are, we've never been here before. You've heard my rants about this, but that is the biggest point I want to make. And remember, if you come into this market and you think that the market is only going up, up, and up, and all your friends think it's going up, up, and up, and all the influencers and all the news, and CNBC says up, up, and up, that's when I take some profit off the table. I'll just leave it at that. Right? When everybody's bullish, I start becoming bearish. And when everybody's finally bearish, like in March, when everybody was crying, I didn't get any views on YouTube. They thought XRP was a scam because they look at price instead of researching properly. That's when I was buying. When nobody believed in the asset. When we're at 12 cents, we're at 15 cents, we're at 18 cents. That's when I'm buying in bulk. Every single penny. So right now, what I'm doing is holding as much money as I can, US dollar on the side. If we moon and I'm wrong about a drop in the future, awesome. We are good. Like, we're all rich. I'm happy. You're happy. But I still feel there are targets that have not been met since my September 2nd video. And I'm just staying quiet because I'm letting things unfold. We'll see what happens. And it's not to say I'm right or he's right or he's right or she's right. It doesn't matter. I'm literally here trying to help people make a difference financially as well, and hopefully inspire people to, get their financial IQ up. If I help one person, it's worth it. It's worth all the hate every single time. So I'm holding a bunch of US dollar on the side, some maybe USDC, maybe a little Tether if I have to check some other exchanges. And if my targets are met for other altcoins, maybe XRP just keeps mooning, or does it retrace before going up? Does Bitcoin finally come down and XRP starts mooning? Does Bitcoin keep going up and pull all alts up? Or is there going to be a market correction, one more little consolidation period, a little bit longer, and then our dream scenario prices are met? People don't understand. If I'm short-term bearish anytime, and I'm not, right now I'm just in the middle. I'm not bearish or bullish. I'm simply observing and waiting. I'm waiting to strike. I'm not in any active trades right now, besides, watching my portfolio go up and down. And you guys, you understand. I'm sitting happy. You guys should be sitting happy too. If you bought XRP at 15 cents, we're at 60 cents. That's 4 times your investment. So 100 grand, $400,000, 250 grand, $1 million, like already before we even seen anything. Even $1,000 to $4,000 is massive. And that is just the beginning. Wait until we start seeing some 100x and 1000x returns. That is literally going to be the fact of the matter. It's happened before. And I believe that was just a tiny taste. So I'm holding USD. If my targets come through that I've shared on Patreon, I will be striking. If they don't, so be it. I have that money as just liquid. I don't really need to put it in crypto or any other asset. I can just keep a little liquid cash for once. The US dollar's at an all-time low in several years, but I think we could potentially get a bounce. I know there's a lot of geopolitical tension, but I think those that think that markets are just going to keep going up, up, and up could potentially, maybe they're right and I'm just an idiot, could potentially be not wrong, but delayed a little longer. Now, we just have to look. There's geopolitical tension. The economies are locked down. I can't even go to a restaurant and eat a sandwich. And you people are telling me everything's fine because the Dow Jones just surpassed an all-time high in United States history. When can I eat a sandwich in a restaurant like a normal person? It's like people are just ignoring that. They're looking at the numbers on the screen and they're getting greedy with money, and they're missing what's happening. There's geopolitical tension. There is a digital Cold War between the BRICS nations. There's huge drama going between financial institutions. JP Morgan, Facebook Libra, Ripple, the Bitcoin group, there's just a taste for power. Bancor, RTGS Global, or RTS Global, I think it's RTGS for real-time gross settlement. There's just so much going on. This is a multi-dimensional approach. All the puzzle pieces are coming together. And if you care how this ends, or what I think how this ends, is we end up financially free, provided you have invested into fundamentals and are not chasing gains in projects. Do not buy a coin. Well, I don't. Maybe you can and you'll still make a killing long term if you just hold it. Because remember, you only lose money when you sell. So when XRP is at 60 cents, if you didn't sell and take profit, you didn't make money. It's just your portfolio's there. But when XRP goes down to 30 cents, you didn't lose money either unless you sell. So I'm not selling my long-term XRP. I believe in this asset. Why on earth would I do that with one of the highest valued companies, leading this initiative and expanding it into other verticals besides remittance? And I know most people aren't going to get it. They're going to misinterpret this video. That's fine. But please, if you're new, I have hundreds of videos going over this stuff. You guys can look at and see what came into fruition, what didn't, and hopefully it just helps all of us put these puzzle pieces together, because I cannot even explain how much you guys, my viewers, have helped me in furthering my own research, leveling up my knowledge, learning from mistakes. Because remember, you're not going to learn from success. When life is all good and great, you're not learning. That's when you get complacent, you get weak. I've learned so much from falling on my face, and it sucks, but it has helped me so much. So just keep going. Do not get down no matter what happens, but also be aware, because right now I bet everybody's euphoric. We're all happy, and we deserve it. You guys deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to see these gains, and I wholeheartedly mean that. Just remember this feeling, and just remember this is just a taste of what's yet to come. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.